Do I think my opinion's valid? I think my opinion's valid, yeah. The things that I love and the things that I like and the things that I critique, they all have a different place. For example, your favorite anime may not be the anime that you think is the best anime. Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Tuffy. It's just another day in paradise. Today we're gonna get a little bit serious. I didn't really think I'd go in this direction, but one video really inspired me to talk about something, and it has to do with valid opinions. Now, what makes an opinion valid in anime watching, and what makes an opinion not valid? I hope people don't take it too seriously, because it's really all subjective. It's art. You can love it, you can hate it. It's up to you. You get to decide. So let's get into it. I'm sure you've already seen it, but I'm gonna play it anyway. Let's watch it and let's talk about it.
Your opinion on anime isn't valid till you've cleared 500 series. You know, not like, oh, I've watched 18 seasons of Attack on Titan. That's one show. When you clear 500, when you've seen the breadth and the depth, then you can start to have a valid opinion. But if you say, I've watched 20 shows, no, you've had a taste, and you're trying to tell me, someone who's watched 1,500 series, how I'm supposed to feel? Slow your roll, kid.
All right, let's talk about it. So first of all, that's a hot take, and I disagree with it, just off the bat. So the way I see it is, sure, if somebody has watched 12 anime shows and then another person has watched, let's say that person has even just watched like 100, there is quite a difference in the understanding of what anime can be. But there are so many bullet points of things that you have to take into consideration in the context here. And it all just depends on the actual opinion. There is no opinion given here yet. For example, Hunter x Hunter is a boring, slow, and not really good anime compared to JJK. I've heard that before in the comments. I think that is a pretty bad take on anime and those two shows as well. Hunter x Hunter is really doing a lot for world building and focusing on two main characters, Gon, Killua. Obviously they have more characters, you know, Leorio, Kurapika, but it's like really centered around Gon and Killua because they are sort of a yin and yang to each other. They have very different backgrounds. One of them is kind of like more of the Naruto type, sort of Gon has this happy-go-lucky, optimistic point of view. And then you have Killua, who has like a very, very scary, dark past that he's grown up from. And they're both really close friends by like, you know, the first 50 episodes are like really tight, and that's awesome. Very different from something like JJK. JJK really centers around a few really important characters. You know, you got Itadori, and then you got Megumi, and then Satoru Gojo. And then later on it becomes about Kenjaku, and then you get all of these really important side characters that help really bring the story to life. But that story is told so differently from something like Hunter x Hunter. Get JJK, the pace is just off the charts fast. I mean, JJK, you're thrown into this world and immediately within the first few episodes, Itadori is just facing the ramifications of changing the entire sorcerer world, saving it basically. They're paced so differently. Impending doom in the world is about to happen. These kids are going along a journey and they just want to become hunters. That's why I am very hesitant to say somebody's opinion about Hunter x Hunter or somebody's opinion about JJK is invalid, because you really have to hear them out and kind of understand where they're coming from. I think that somebody who has watched one anime can have a much more valid opinion than somebody who has watched 100 anime. Like we've said in the beginning, art is so subjective. So somebody who has watched 100, 200, 1,000 movies, they may watch one anime series and have a more valid opinion than somebody who has watched 1,000 anime but watched barely any good cinema, read barely any books of classic literature, whatever you want to call that, you know what I mean. The point being, reading comprehension and also really understanding what the story is doing, what the artwork is doing, what is it referencing, where is it coming from, what is it trying to show you and not tell you. All of those things wrap up into the strength of an anime or manga. I think to really understand the depth of one anime a lot, that will take you much further in your opinion of that anime than watching a bunch of anime. I mean, you could sort of go about your life and watch maybe 1,000 slice of life, and then you'll watch one shonen, and then you'll watch a second shonen, and the second shonen is not similar to the first shonen, so you're like, oh, that second shonen, that's terrible, that show's terrible. It's like, no, I mean, you've watched a lot of slice of life, and you've watched a few shonen, so there's that other part of the context to your opinion. What is your point of reference for your opinion? Yeah, I don't agree with that hot take. I think it's very harsh. I think it's elitist. Well, that's obvious. I think it's an extreme example of elitism within anime. And I'm not really here for it. Hey, if your pride's hurt, deal with that and then move forward and speak with grace. Because that was not very graceful. I feel like it just puts a bad taste in a lot of young and newer anime watchers' mouth. Be careful with that kind of harsh opinion. Everybody's opinion can be heard and it can be validated with some supporting ideas, some research, and a little bit more context. So that's my opinion about that video. All right, let's check out how many anime I have watched in total because I'm kind of curious based on this video. So let's go to my list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 29, 30, 43, 44, 45, 53, 54, 55, 83, 84, 85, 86. Okay, so I did the math. I'm counting movies and some shows that I basically am at 51 out of 54 episodes. I'm counting that I watched it. I'm at about 100. Do I think my opinion's valid? I think my opinion's valid, yeah. The things that I love and the things that I like and the things that I critique, they all have a different place. For example, your favorite anime may not be the anime that you think is the best anime. You know, one of my favorite animes of all time, Fooly Cooly, I wouldn't say it's the best anime of all time. So yeah, that's my take on that. I figure it was worth saying something about it because it really popped off and I think, you know, people in the comments were really taking sides. But it's something to think about, you know. If you want to be in a community like this, then you want to be respectful to other people. There'll be all kinds of people in different parts of the journey. So just respect it, you know, share your opinion in a graceful way and move on, you know. Isn't that right, Kiki? Isn't it right? Thanks so much for watching, guys. It's another episode of Manga Mondays. I'll see you next time. Peace. I just want to know, like, who that person is, right? Like, drop your @ you know? Let people flame you, for real. No, I'm just kidding. I'm anti-violence, so. But seriously, man, come on. Really? Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that? 1,500 anime? Are you serious? I mean, that's ridiculous.